Alright guys, I'm over here at the gym. Today is gonna be another back day. I'm kind of dedicated right now to doing a one-handed neutral grip hang. So get yourself up there with two hands on the pull-up bar on the neutral grip, and then hang there for a couple seconds one-handed. I don't know. I'm 330 pounds right now. So if I can do that eventually, then that'd be awesome. So remember this, remember me saying that's my goal. So I come out here, Shaker cup, right when I get to the gym always. Nat Fit, I do amino acids, they're watermelon flavor, new flavor. And then I do joint supplements from Animal Pack. It's like just a powder, multivitamin type of thing with a bunch of joint stuff in there, because arm wrestling destroys your joints. Alright guys, just want to go over some of these neutral grip, closed grip pull downs for you guys. I'm really trying to work on where I grab the handle and how I pull it down. Watch how when I pull it down in slow-mo, at the very bottom of the lift, you see me turn my wrist downward. Now the reason I'm doing that is that way I can work down pressure with my wrist, kind of like rising pressure, but the opposite, right? It helps keep people inside your hand for like a low hand top roll, so you can kind of control them a little more if you don't always want to slip and go to the straps. So I try to throw these little tiny tweaks into some of these lifts because they can make a really big difference depending on how you grab the handles and how you move them throughout the lifts. I was recently asked how to perform a high hook. Now, this is my rendition of a high hook and the way I've understood it, but I'll love to share that with you guys. So, a high hook is generally about keeping your hand high while maintaining your cup and locking your pronation. Like I said, this is my version of it. So, as you're high hooking, it's more of a back pressure move while maintaining a high wrist and not letting your wrist dump at all. Right? That's wrist dump, high wrist. Then once you pull back, you're gonna open the person up. So the person that's losing would be something like this, just a little bit. You crack that wrist back just a little bit and you control up top. Then once you control while maintaining back pressure, you just drop down to the side. Now, the reason a high hook is so effective, and it sounds so simple, is that a high hook, first off, controls the top of the match, which is everything. That means you're controlling their hand. But also it transitions into anything you want it to transition into. It transitions into a press, it transitions into a top roll if you want to keep rotating and go backwards, and you can go into a deeper hook if you'd like, right? So it kind of covers all the bases. Also, there's no perfect counter to a high hook that I can find. I've thought about it for countless hours. When someone effectively does a high hook and they're stronger than you in all these components, high wrist, posting, chest in, all that type of stuff, then there's no perfect answer for it. There's answers if you're strong enough in a certain area to overcome it, but there's no textbook, arm wrestling 101 answer to someone that high hooks. You have to hope that you're stronger in a few different things, or sneakier or faster, but there's no straight answer for it. So that's why I say the high hook is the ultimate move. Honestly, it can do the most and it leads to the most victories. Everything else kind of has a counter, kind of has a really good answer for every other move, but a high hook demolishes people. You might be asking, what's the difference between a high hook and a top roll, a high-handed top roll? Well, generally, a high-handed top roll, once you seal a deal, you keep rotating backwards and over until you peel their hand back. Well, in a high hook, it's cupping and posting, but you win through your cup and securing your pronation, which is your ability to turn your hand over. Right? So you control that, and then you can control the match sideways, so it doesn't give them a chance to really flop wrist and get underneath, because you should be holding everything straight and posting up and backwards, rather than over-rotate. So in a high hook, compared to a low hook you'd be using a lot of chest, a lot of shoulder, and depending on the style of low hook you do, like I have a long arm, so obviously I would low hook different than Vosgen or Chris Gabi, right? Shorter guys. But depending on the type of low hook you do, generally low hooks use a lot more lat dragging than high hook, which is mostly your brachialis and posting pressure, right? So it'd be pivoting off your elbow, pulling up and backwards, and then controlling the top of the hand. Rather than hooking low, would be driving in with your shoulder, your chest, and then really utilizing your cupping, your pronation. I think high hooking is more cupping dominant, flat cupping. Guys, just leaving the gym right now. It's kind of late. So you guys heard me talk about how I want to have a goal of holding myself up with one arm on a neutral grip pull-up bar. Just to elaborate on that, I was given some tips by Leonard Harkless. He asked me if I could do that, if I could hold myself with one hand. And I said, no, I don't think so. I can't do too many pull-ups. I mean, I'm 335 pounds and 6'8", long arms. Like I can only, I don't know, do like 5 or 6 dead hang pull-ups probably. But he kind of explained it that if you can do that where you can hold yourself up with one arm, not necessarily have to do a whole pull-up, but at least hold yourself with one hand, then your mindset and your ability to trust your arm that you can hold the weight goes way up. So imagine arm wrestling and knowing that that arm can support your entire body, then how freely would you throw your weight around? You know what I mean? If you could support everything in one hand, then your hit and a lot of your movements would be not just more confident, but also more effective as far as throwing your weight around. You wouldn't budge. Really, you can support all that weight. So kind of made sense to me a little bit. So I've kind of made it a goal to be able to do that. It's gonna take a while. But I'm having at least once a week. I do like a day that's pretty dedicated to that. So it's one of my pulling days because I do 2 pulling days. So one pulling day is pretty much all back and lat pull down stuff, and then the other pulling day is pretty much pure bicep day. Right now, that's what I'm doing. So I don't know. We'll see if it pans out. So I just want you guys to remember that. Remember me saying this in vlog number, what are we on? 8. Vlog number 8. Derek's goal is to do a 1-arm hang. One day I'm gonna do it. Mark my word. What's up, guys? So it's Thursday. Today is gonna be a pushing day for me, but I'm trying to work on my ability to keep my elbow inside the pad and load up with my chest. I'll show you guys some clips here, just to kind of emphasize that when I start with my chest loaded up, I tend to be more successful. I have a pretty strong hand. I've been working my hand out every day for years now. And so generally, I win the hand battle, right? So I'm gonna keep working on that, but I don't think that needs to be my focal point right now. There's been matches recently and not that far ago where I would put so much emphasis on taking somebody's hand that I would sacrifice loading my chest up, meaning like bringing my elbow in. I would let that kind of go in order to get into someone's fingers. So what happens is when I sacrifice my elbow like that, I get stuck in a position where I'm way out there and I'm trying to bring my elbow in, but I can't quite get it in. And I don't know, it's kind of a chest thing. In the end, side pressure, which is like my shoulder and my chest, kind of give out. So it's something I'm focusing on, starting with my chest loaded up and starting with my elbow way in. And then hopefully I don't need to give 110% into my hand, because hopefully it's dominant enough now where I can give it 70% and I can focus the rest on keeping my elbow in and keeping everything tight, and not have to fly so far out into people's hands. So that's the plan today. Just keep working on, probably do some bench, but with the football bar, with the neutral grip bar. Maybe do some flies and some overhead work probably. Maybe some tricep pushdowns as well. So a lot of times people ask me, hey, how much weight are you doing in the gym? How much is that? And stuff like that. I can show you guys the weights, but they're not gonna be anything amazing, to be honest. it's not about how much weight I can move at the gym, it's about how much weight I can transfer on the table, because that's all I care about, right? So the only reason I lift weights is for arm wrestling. So like when I go against a random guy walking off the street, a big gym dude who's strong and bench press, 1,000,000 pounds and stuff like that. Let's say that in all arm wrestling motions, individually, he can move more than me, right? So moving his elbow in, that's like chest, say he can do 400, and he can side pressure with just his shoulder, like he can move this in a gym, and he can move 300 pounds and bicep curl, 400, it doesn't matter, right? Say he can do a ton. Say I can do 1/3 of what he can do, or 1/4, quarter, 25%. Well, but when it comes down to it, after however many years I've been in the sport, 9 years, I've conditioned my joints and my elbows to allow me to transfer a high percentage of the power I have, right? So if I can move 100 pounds total, but I can get all 100 pounds to my hand, it's going sideways, he can move 400 pounds, but he's brand new to arm wrestling. His elbows and his joints won't allow him to access 400 pounds of pressure. That's why people generally feel really strong their first practice, when their joints are fresh and they don't know what they're getting into. And then after that, they take a huge decline in performance and in strength because their body's adjusting and their joints know now, like, this doesn't work really well. So quickly, I can apply all this pressure now over years because my elbows and everything are built to convey all the power I have to the other person on the arm wrestling table, while his new baby joints can't really show off all the muscle he has. So I throw these type of curls in here to target my short head of my bicep. I feel like there's certain positions when you're hooking in an arm wrestling match that when you really start driving sideways and you turn your hip a little bit, actually targets my short bicep head, and I've been sore there before. So it's something I really work on.
I'm gonna make you work from right here, Devon. I'm gonna make you work from right here.
Okay.
It's so horrible. Elbow. How are you able to do that? No elbow. Junior, the table.
Table down.
Leg up on the post. Junior, leg up on the post. Push out the post. Junior, wait. Get both up there if you have to. You almost there. Watch your arm. Watch your arm. Up. Oh, I'm getting tall. I'm getting low. I'm getting low. Drag back. Drag back.
How you like that shit?
All right, guys, so that's the end of the vlog for this week. What's that, vlog number 8, 9, what are we on? Practice went well today. I got some band work in there, working on my inside a lot, trying to get that up to par, getting ready for nationals in Vegas still. Those are big tournaments with some really strong people in there. But the only way I'm able to do it, honestly, is through the team, right? Guys like Ricky and everybody. Honestly, the whole mission of arm wrestling and having your career, it's so much more rewarding if you get to do it with your friends and watch them grow and they help you grow, and it's way more beneficial to everybody as long as you work as a team and you train together. So big tip, get yourself a team, invest into other people and they'll invest into you and help you grow, and it's way more fun that way anyway. So signing out, Derek and Ricky, vlog number 8, double biceps. See you later.